Hey, so today I want to talk to you about pre-trips and road safety, doing walk-arounds, checking your rig on a frequent basis. It must be Maintenance Monday. Woo! Let's get to work. It's a really good idea to just have a checklist of things to go around your rig and check. You want to check your tires, you want to check your tire pressure, make sure that there's no gashes in your tires, any chunks missing out of the sidewall. Tires are really important. And also, check your oil, check your coolant level, look at the frame, look at your suspension, make sure there's no cracks in the metal. That does happen. And if you catch it early, it is fixable, but like really bad things can happen if you don't catch it early. Check your brakes, just make sure everything's working before you start out on a trip. Once you start your trip, what I like to do is I like to stop for a bathroom break every once in a while. Whenever I stop for a bathroom break, I will walk around my rig and check out the tires, the frame, the brakes. I'll actually put my hand on the tire and feel it. Does it feel warm? Does the temperature of the tire match the temperature of the other tire? And that'll give you an indication. If you've got one tire that's a lot warmer than the others, that'll give you an indication that there's something wrong and you need to investigate that more. It could be a hub, it could be a failing brake that's stuck, it could be that maybe there's something wrong with that tire. Maybe it's underinflated, maybe it's overinflated. Today, the reason we're talking about this is today I was taking a bathroom break on our trip down to Florida. We're on the first leg of our journey. We've been on the road for about, 2 hours now. And I was walking around and I noticed that the front tires of the trailer were much warmer than the back tires of the trailer. And so I started looking closer and closer, and I noticed the sidewalls are starting to crack a little bit. And I looked even deeper, and on one of the tires, there's actually a bubble in the sidewall. I didn't catch that when we left. And so I caught it now. I'm human, I'm not perfect, I miss stuff sometimes. And that's why I do multiple checks. Always a good idea to do multiple checks. So I called up Les Schwab, and they've got the tire that we need in stock. And so we're about 5 minutes away now. We're gonna stop at Les Schwab, swap out those tires, then we'll have brand new tires all the way on both axles, all the way around on the trailer, and they'll be much higher quality tires. Personally, I always like to buy the highest quality tire that I can. I know there's some discount tires out there that can save you some coin. They're a lot cheaper, but then you get stuff like this sidewall getting a bubble in it. That's a consequence of having cheap tires. If you think about the damage that'll happen if you have a blowout, the expense of getting a nice tire pales in comparison to the expense of replacing all the stuff that'll get destroyed in a blowout. I mean, not to mention putting you and everybody in your rig at risk. So I don't mess around with tires. Tires are really important to me. Whenever I replace tires, I try to, at minimum, replace the whole axle at the same time so that the tires are even, the tire wear anyways. And if I can, I'll replace all of them. But usually I just do the axle. So what I always like to do is just put my hand on these sidewalls and just feel how warm it is right after I get off the road. And these tires are significantly warmer than these tires, and it's not a hot day. So that tells me there's something wrong. These sidewalls are toast, man. They're done. So we're gonna go ahead and replace the front axle tires. Put this, let's see, what is this? It's the Power King Tomax STR. So if you guys are wondering what a good tire is, that's my opinion. This thing's been performing flawlessly for us. Put it through a lot of off-road abuse, lots of tight cornering and whatnot. I like it. I like it a lot. So you also want to check your rims and, you know, just make sure there's no cracks in it. You can feel your hub. If your hub feels hot, then there could be something wrong. You want to grease these periodically. Just take this cap off and grease it. I like to do the greasing, you know, a couple times a month, depending on how much I'm traveling. Make sure you don't have any loose lug nuts. If you have a trailer brake controller, the way I like to test my brakes is I'll get the rig rolling just really slowly, and then there's an actuator on your trailer brake controller, and if you pull that actuator, it'll engage the trailer brakes without engaging the truck brakes. And then, so if you feel that tug, then they're working properly. And whenever you see those trailer brake check, or the brake check stations before a big hill or anything like that, it's a good idea to pull over and just check everything at that point. Got over 1 million safe miles on the road, and I got there with an abundance of caution. So I'm obsessed, if you will, with tire safety, and that obsession's done me well. In all my years driving, I've only had one blowout, and that was a long time ago. And ever since then, I learned my lesson. I don't want to do that again. Luckily, nothing really bad happened, but I've seen a lot of stuff on the road. A lot of people have really bad things happen with tire blowouts. So it's one area I just don't mess around with. Which brings me to another good point. The tire reminder is something that brings me a lot of comfort, because I've got this monitoring the pressure of my tire, which, believe it or not, changes as you drive. As the tire warms up, the tire pressure goes up and down. As it cools down, it goes down. If you've got something going wrong on your tire, like say your tire's about to blow out, your tire pressure will go way up because your heat goes way up. And that's the other thing this tire reminder does, is it measures the temperature of the air in this valve stem. So it's obviously not completely accurate of what the temperature is inside the tire, but it gives you an indication, right? So if you notice that, you know, hey, you've got one tire that's really hot, you know, like it's 120 degrees, you know, or 130 degrees, you might want to get out and check that. And really, all these steps that I take are prevention to catch a emergency situation before it happens. So like this little bulge right here in the tire, that's gonna blow out one day. If we keep pushing that, it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be 2 months from now. I don't know. It's a ticking time bomb. And I'd rather not have a ticking time bomb on my rig. So we're just gonna get rid of it. So these tire reminders give me an indication of what's going on. I've got a screen up in the truck. If you buy them on Amazon, through our affiliate link in the description below, we do get a 3% kickback on that. So check out that link, please. Pretty sweet system. We got both the truck tires and the trailer tires on this. We've got like it's got a repeater that sits on the trailer tongue, and it grabs the signal from these and then slings it up to the cab, because that's a long ways for this little guy to go. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like. It really helps us out. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We also have Travel Tuesdays, where we show you all the incredible places that we go, and man, they are fun. And also, if you can afford it and you really like what we're doing, we would really appreciate your support. You can support us on Patreon for a monthly subscription of $3 a month. Really goes a long ways. It would mean the world to me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, check out our store on our website, link in the description below. We've got t-shirts, all kinds of swag that you can buy and support us. The holidays are coming up. Might be a fun gift. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys following our adventure. I'll see you next time. Keep your rig in check. Keep it safe. Keep the greasy side down and the shiny side up.